Hey, it's Megan Johnson, your Greater Dallas Realtor here. And there are three big considerations when evaluating whether or not to sell your home now in this market. First is where you're going to go next. If you are a woman, man, or couple with a plan, then by all means, now is an awesome time to sell your home. Once you know where you're going next and you have the assurance of a roof over your head, we know that now is still an opportune time to sell because prices as of today are still up and rising. And there's still good but declining demand for most homes, as it's 40+% more expensive to buy a home now than this same time last year. And so you're aware, demand is steadily declining month over month, despite us being in the peak summer selling season. So if you're trying to decide now between selling today and in December, think about other factors to consider, like traditional seasonality and lower demand, especially around the winter months and the holiday timing. Once you consider that, you definitely want to sell today, because the converse of that is that I tell my buyer clients that between November to early February is actually a great time to buy a house, as homes sit on the market longer and you're more likely to get a deal. But based on where we are today, we have to strongly consider and layer on the fact that most economists are aggressive in their predictions on more interest rate hikes by the Fed. Goldman Sachs predicts another 75 basis point hike in July, a 50 basis point hike in September, a 25 basis point hike in November, and a 25 basis point hike in December. That's 4 more interest rate hikes, putting lots of points on the board, meaning that it's just going to become more expensive to borrow. So if you are a seller that would be a buyer who will be borrowing on a mortgage, you can see that this may further compress your budget if you are monthly mortgage and price sensitive, as most of us are. So just know that we want to keep you in a great financial position to buy a home, and there's no time like the present to buy or sell as a result, because we expect these interest rates to go up. And think about it, it's also going to impact demand for your home. So as interest rates go up, it's going to become more and more expensive for a buyer to purchase your home today. So if they have great financial and buying power today, that too will be reduced as we look forward. So it impacts everybody on all sides of the market. The second thing to consider is whether or not you actually have to sell. If you have a favorable interest rate and mortgage, and you don't have to cash out of your home, you don't need the equity, and you don't have to get your current home off your balance sheet, you may want to consider that now is also a great time to hold and rent, as rents are also going up. And the demand for family-sized homes of smaller to mid-size in good suburban locations is in steady and stable demand. Also, if you're in the city center, so Dallas proper, depending on your property type and location, there could still be very strong demand no matter your property type for your particular home or property. So what you'd want to do is review the rent comparables for your home to see what kind of monthly cash flow you could be looking at. And to take a look at this, obviously, don't hesitate to give me a call. The last thing you want to consider is the total financial picture, or your overall financial outlook. So let's say you have great equity in your home and there are other things that you want to invest in. Say you want to invest in yourself and that cleansing women's wellness or yoga retreat in Costa Rica, or you're wanting to start that new business or look at other investment vehicles, although I don't know that I necessarily recommend Bitcoin or cryptocurrency these days. Let's say you're looking for overall improved liquidity as you may be confronting retirement and thinking about downsizing, right? All you want to do is look closely at the numbers. We want to make sure that you are more than whole on the other side of the decision. So we want you to be whole in terms of peace of mind related to your decision and your next housing choice, but also your overall financial picture. My goal for you would be for you to make out like a bandit in this market still. Now, know that it's becoming harder and harder to do these days with all of these externalities and compression-based market forces, but it is still a possibility in today's market. That is the market of right now. I'm actually still helping my clients do this as it does become more and more of a challenge. So if you want to learn more about your specific situation and considerations that you are confronting and want to talk through any and all of that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to chat with you about your specific situation as we go over the numbers to work together hand in hand to find an awesome solution for you as we consider all of your alternatives. Know that I'm always here and I'm happy to help. We'll chat soon and you have a great week.